Part 31. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 301. It's been a long time since we last met. Madame Han has become much prettier. Even a woman like me feels amazed when she sees her. Lord Han is so lucky. Madame Zhao smiled and covered her mouth and joked. Madame Zhao is making fun of you. Seeing that Madame Zhao looks very good, you know that Madame Zhao must be happy on weekdays. I heard that Lord Zhao loves Madame Zhao very much. He went hunting in the wild in the cold weather just for Madame Zhao's words. Madame Zhao is so lucky. Su Wenyu also said with a smile, with some joking and some separation. You are so mischievous. You are actually teasing me. Your sister Madame Zhao seemed to be joking with Su Wenyu, but she was thinking that Su's news was really well informed. She just arrived in the capital city and knew about their family's affairs. Although this matter was not a secret, the people who knew it were only those few people they were familiar with. Her views on Hanyu and Su Wenyu were a little different, and she no longer dared to despise them. Su Wenyu saw some of Mrs. Zhao's reactions and changes, and knew that Mrs. Zhao was a smart person. She understood the intention of her words. Just like Hanyu said, talking to smart people is to save effort. She felt that she was a smart person, but Hanyu always said that she was stupid. He was really hateful and liked to attack people. After returning from Zhao's house, Su Wenyu seemed to be a little worried. She didn't know about the things that Mrs. Zhao said before. It turned out that Hanyu was transferred here in this way. If it was not handled well, he might be excluded by both parties. I don't know if Hanyu himself knew about this, but thinking about Hanyu's reaction yesterday, I'm afraid he has some idea in his mind. Su Wenyu mentioned what Mrs. Zhao said to her to Hanyu, but Hanyu didn't seem to be worried. He looked confident, which made Su Wenyu feel a little relieved. Hanyu probably had a way to deal with it. Su Wenyu had a blind belief in Hanyu's ability. Hanyu did understand the situation. Su Wenyu said. In fact, he had received a lot of information before. The news from Madame Zhao now only made things more certain. As for the way to deal with it, Hanyu could only make good plans and act according to circumstances before entering the main camp. Although Hanyu was shrewd and strategic at this time, he had not grown to the level of his previous life. He looked relaxed just because he didn't want Su Wenyu to worry. Hanyu's previous idea was that he didn't want his wife to get involved in these things, but later he changed. Although he didn't hide the outside things from Su Wenyu, he didn't want his wife to worry about him. There is a way to solve any problem. When he first entered the military camp, he was rejected because of his background and other reasons, and his situation was not much better. Moreover, he didn't have the connections and help he has now, so he could still get to where he is today. Husband, do you have a way to deal with it? Su Wenyu asked worriedly. Don't worry, you just need to help me take care of the inner house. I will arrange everything outside. Don't worry. Don't you believe in your husband's ability? In order to make Su Wenyu believe, Hanyu became more and more mysterious. But he was not satisfied with the current situation. Even if he could resolve the current dilemma, Hanyu would rather charge and kill the enemy like a real soldier, relying on real skills to make military achievements, rather than being trapped in these conspiracies and intrigues for fame and fortune all day long. He could deal with it, but he felt it was meaningless. After all, he was young and passionate. Even if he was good at strategy, he wanted to use it on the battlefield. Hanyu had read The Art of War from his wife thoroughly and had learned about 70% of it. He only hoped that he could use it on the battlefield as soon as possible. Seeing that the court would be in chaos sooner or later, there would be many wars to fight. Hanyu was not as worried as ordinary people. He was more expectant and excited. Although he knew that such an idea was a bit unfair to his wife, after all, he was a family man, but he thought differently. A man should make achievements on the battlefield and win glory for his wife and children. Han Yu did not forget that he said he wanted his wife to become a lady of the imperial order. Then you should also pay attention to safety. So when Yu saw that Han Yu had a plan and stopped asking more questions, she left the outside affairs to Han Yu. She was busy with her own affairs at the moment. It was already the 10th birthday, and it would be the little New Year soon. She had not bought the New Year's goods yet. So when Yu planned to make all the food at home. First of all, she really didn't want to spend too much. Although the family had a batch of treasures, so when Yu thought long term. If Han Yu had his own army to support in the future, there would be a lot of expenses. In his previous life, Han Yu solved it by himself, and even relied on the help of concubine Li because he followed Lu Xiu. So when Yu didn't want this to happen in this life. In her heart, she didn't want Han Yu to have more contact with concubine Li and owe a favor to a woman, so she started planning from now on. Moreover, what you buy outside is not as good as what you make at home. So when Yu has a good skill herself, but she can't hand over some raw materials that are not available at home to Li Mama. Only Su Wen Yu can go in person. After all, she is the best at this. Some things are obviously good things, but others can't recognize them at all, such as some food from foreign vassal states. At that time, the daimyo still had exchanges with foreign countries, and from time to time, some things from foreign vassal states would be introduced, but because they were not recognized, they were ignored. Madam, you see, the spices in our store are all top quality, and some are brought back from foreign vassal states, which took a lot of effort, the shop owner said with a flattering smile. Judging from the guest's dress and identity, he must be good, and maybe it can become a big deal. Nowadays, life is not easy for everyone. It is not easy for ordinary people to have enough food and clothing. How can they be willing to spend extra money to buy spices? Only some rich people will come to patronize. The business of the store has plummeted. It is not easy to meet a big customer, and the store owner has to serve him well. So when Yu looked at the spices in the store and found that they were indeed quite complete. She came here not to buy spices today, but to buy some seasonings for the kitchen. The oil and salt shop only sells the most common seasonings. If you really need to buy all, you still have to go to the spice shop and the medicine shop. However, many people don't know, so the taste of the food they make is naturally average. These spices do look good, so when Yu sniffed the smell herself, took it to her mouth to try, and nodded. After all, it is different in the prefecture. You can't buy such goods in the county. I can see that madam knows the goods. In the whole Yiyang prefecture, my shop has the most complete spices and sells the best. However, the business is not good now, and the business in the shop is also much more difficult. If madam buys a lot, or exchanges with grain, I can give you a discount. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tianni. Chapter 302. Su Wenyu was not surprised to hear that the shop owner wanted to use food instead of money. This is the case for many things nowadays. Wang Mang's status in the court is getting increasingly important, and he has implemented many reform systems. With the currency reform again, money is becoming more and more indispensable. It is valuable. The money that could buy a pound of grain in the past can no longer buy half a pound. The price has dropped so fast. Who dares to keep the currency in their hands? It is better to exchange it for grain. It can be replaced by food. As long as the boss's goods can satisfy me, I will need a lot of them. It's rare that the spices in the spice shop are so complete. If war breaks out in the future, it won't be so easy to buy all the spices. After all, many spices are dragged over from the western regions. The reason why merchants are willing to travel thousands of miles and risks to go to the western regions is just to get a few more profits. If they can't make profits, who is willing to go there? Fortunately, spices are durable as long as they are well preserved. Hearing Su Wenyu say this, the owner of the spice shop smiled widely. The more he asked for, the better. He should sell the goods accumulated in the shop earlier. Although the spices are durable, they can still be kept in the shop like this. It's not a problem. He doesn't have enough to eat or drink. Nowadays, life is getting more and more difficult. He has no working capital in his hand, so he can only clear out the goods as soon as possible. He doesn't plan to buy more goods in the short term. The store will still be open in the future. It's hard to say whether it will continue to open. Don't worry, madam, you are guaranteed to be satisfied with the goods in our store. We have been in this business for generations, and we only select the best spices. Some spices from the western regions and foreign vassals are also our store's unique purchase channel. Others you can't buy it in other shops. Since madam knows the goods, she can tell the difference at a glance. The shop owner is telling the truth. Seeing how quickly this madam is able to identify spices, she is an expert. How dare he lie, and he is so good at business. Over the years, we have focused on credibility and never deceived our customers. In fact, Suwenayu only came to this shop after asking about it. She had already known about it, and she was very satisfied when she saw the spices in person. This shop was probably doing well in the past, and the spices were all fresh this year. Buy the ones that are durable. It won't be a problem to go back and keep it for 3 or 4 years. Suwenayu looked at many kinds of spices and asked people to write down the ones they thought were suitable. In this way, all the spices needed were almost there, and there was no need to go to other spice shops. Shopkeeper, I want all the spices you have written down, but I hope the shopkeeper can open a more reasonable one in terms of price. I also think the shopkeeper is an honest person, so I won't go to other spice shops. Run away. Suwenayu ordered all the spices in the store in one go. After all, she would prepare large quantities of food in the future. Spices are essential. Spices are easy to buy, but buying good ones is not so easy. The shopkeeper heard that Suwenayu was going to buy all the spices in one go. He was so happy at first that he didn't know what to say. But then he heard that Suwenayu was lowering the price, and his heart was filled with joy. Although he knew that it was normal for Suwenayu to lower the price. But because of the recession, the spices in the store are already sold at low prices. If the price is too low, they will not even be able to make back the cost. After all, the spices in his store are not ordinary low-quality spices and cannot be sold at such low prices. And these days, there are many people who are taking advantage of the situation, looking at his business slump, and want to buy spices at very low prices. Madam, what kind of price do you want? It's better to talk to the dealer. If the price is too low, the business really won't work, the shopkeeper said helplessly. If he is willing to sell at a low price, given the quality of the spices in his shop, he would not have such a large backlog of inventory, but he was unwilling to accept it. After all, they were all good spices that he spent a lot of effort to obtain, but because of the change in the world, they all became worthless. Seeing the shopkeeper's behavior, Suwenayu knew that he had misunderstood her. Suwenayu not only wanted to buy the spices in this shop, but was also very interested in the source of the spices in this shop. If things could develop as she wanted, just these spices are still not enough, and people who are good at gourmet food have strict requirements for materials. This spice shop is much better than the spice shop she got from the spice shop in Chang'an in her previous life. Shopkeeper, I know that the spices in your shop are better than those in other shops, so I don't follow the prices of other spice shops. You set a price yourself. If it suits both of us, the business will be done. As long as you don't deliberately raise the price, after all, it's not easy for anyone in this world. Suwenayu's words were already very sincere. Seeing that Suwenayu was not one of those who maliciously lowered the price, the shopkeeper sincerely wanted to buy his things, so he offered a very affordable price, but he made it clear that he would have to exchange food for the goods. This is what Su Wenyu agreed to from the beginning. It is still a good deal for her. Now the price of food has risen to an incredible level. If the food at the beginning was not enough to buy 1/10 of the spices here, Zhuangzi's warehouse the inside is full, and there is definitely plenty of food. Then let's do it like this. The food will be shipped here soon. I see that the shopkeeper is an honest man. In addition to these grains, I will ask someone to give me 2 more bags of sweet potatoes, which are also good things to fill the stomach. The shopkeeper is well informed. I must recognize it. Thank you, madam. I know sweet potato. I ate it once when I went to Fanbang to purchase goods. It was very sweet, but it's a good thing. Madam is so generous. I don't know how to be grateful. The shopkeeper didn't expect that Su Wenyu not only pressed the button seeing that he didn't lower the price, but instead gave me 2 extra bags of rare food. I felt really grateful and felt that this lady was very kind. No need to worry, it's just 2 bags of sweet potatoes. There's nothing I can do about it in such a world. Otherwise, these spices can only be exchanged for so much food. I also want to do long-term business with the shopkeeper. I don't know what the shopkeeper's plans are in the future. To be honest with you, madam, I haven't thought about this problem for a while. After all, my ancestors have made a living by selling spices for generations. In the current situation, the spices will definitely not be sold, but I can't think of any other way out. We can only let it pass, and there is nothing we can do about it. It is not easy to do anything in such troubled times. The shopkeeper did not hide his thoughts. Su Wenyu felt happy when she heard what the shopkeeper said. She felt that the shopkeeper was quite talented, and he was quite loyal and kind. It would be good if he could be used. In this case, I just need a good person who knows spices here. Is the shopkeeper willing to work with me? The shopkeeper was stunned. He didn't expect things to take such a turn. He didn't know how to react, and he wasn't sure how true Su Wenyu's words were. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tianni. Chapter 303. Is what the lady said true? The shopkeeper said this, and he began to look at Su Wenyu seriously. No matter how he looked at her, he felt that the lady in front of him looked like an official's wife. He didn't know what he was going to do, and what was the use of buying so many spices. Of course, I don't need to make such a joke. Let's see if the shopkeeper has this intention. If you are willing to work with me, I will naturally not treat you unfairly. Su Wenyu also had a sudden idea. If she took the shopkeeper for her own use, there would be a lot of uses, especially since she had other ideas. Spices are not only used for food. In her previous life, there was a thing called perfume that was popular at that time. It sold very well among the upper nobles. Every time a new one came out, Sikongling would take a few bottles back for her to use. It is said that the shop was opened by Sikongling and concubine Li. She felt that it was not bad. It was very popular at that time. At that time, the price of goods had stabilized, but a small bottle of perfume cost at least a few taels of silver, and at most more than 10 or dozens of taels per bottle, which was a huge profit. Su Wenyu was moved when she thought about it. Business is not something that only one person can do. Since she was reborn and had the upper hand, why not make good use of it? Otherwise, wouldn't it be a shame to be given by God? Su Wenyu had such an idea, but she really didn't have the formula of the perfume. Although Sikongling didn't guard against her, he wouldn't take the initiative to mention some confidential things, especially the perfume formula. If it was revealed, the business would be taken away by others. However, Su Wenyu was curious at the time and asked a few questions. She still knew the general method. As for the rest, as long as she found an expert in perfume making, she would be able to study it sooner or later. At that time, the source of the spices would be an important part. Not only perfume, but also rouge and powder can be made and sold. Women's money is sometimes the easiest to make. Even Suwenayu has deep experience of this. Which woman doesn't love beauty? At that time, she spent a lot of money on it. Moreover, her money was not so abundant at that time. After all, she was just a concubine. In a big family like Sikong's family, the money every month was also limited, and that was with Sikong Ling's subsidy. Speaking of rouge and powder, Suwenayu is good at it. Many women in the backyard make their own rouge and powder. She has several excellent recipes, which are ancient recipes found in the study of Sikong's family. The study of Sikong's family is a good place. The good books collected by the Sikong family from generation to generation are all there, but no one pays much attention to them. After all, they are not conspicuous and attractive things like gold, silver, and jewelry. Little do people know that these are the real wealth. She found a lot of good things in it, but it was also luck. For example, the good things she found were mostly hidden very secretly, or looked very inconspicuous, otherwise they would have been taken away long ago. When the shopkeeper heard that Suwenayu was serious, he was also a little moved. It is not easy to live in this world. He also thought about muddling along because he had no other way. If there were other ways out, it would be better, and he would not have to wait until he was at the end of his rope. However, the shopkeeper was also a cautious person. Although he was moved, he also had his own considerations. After all this talk, you still don't know the identity of the lady. Speaking of the nobles in the city, the shopkeeper probably knows them. After all, the spice shop he runs is the best in the city. Most of the wealthy families in Fukan will come to him to buy spices. Even if they don't know the master, they will know the servants who buy them. However, the shopkeeper has never seen Suwenayu and her group. After Suwenayu's signal, Li Mama reported Suwenayu's identity. As the shopkeeper thought, this lady was the wife of an official, a Qianzong of the 6th rank. Her status in the city is not too high, nor is it too low. Although the shopkeeper thought so in his heart, he dared not show any disrespect on his face. After all, such an official family was not something that a small businessman like him could afford to offend. Forgive me for my poor eyesight and for not seeing the identity of the lady. Please forgive me, madam. Nothing, I just don't know what the shopkeeper thinks. Please don't blame me, madam. The matter proposed by the lady was too sudden. I don't know how to decide for a while. The things in the shop can't be taken away all at once. Besides, I need to discuss with my family. I wonder if the lady can give me some time to consider, the shopkeeper said cautiously. Not only did he offend Suwenayu, but he was also unwilling to agree to it immediately. After all, Mr. Han had just come to the provincial capital. He didn't know this lord at all, and didn't know what the Han family was like. It was absolutely irrational to follow him rashly. When the shopkeeper said this, the servants of the Han family felt that the shopkeeper was tactless. After all, they had been in the Han family for a long time, and the lord's wife was very tolerant to the servants and treated them well. They naturally thought on the side of the Han family and felt that being able to work in the Han family was a good thing that could not be asked for. Suwenayu understood the shopkeeper's idea. The servant she wanted must be willing to follow her. There was no point in forcing her. Besides, it was just time for the shopkeeper to get to know the Han family. It would not be too late to make a decision then. She did not have to be the shopkeeper. The perfume matter was not urgent. She did not have a suitable perfumer at present. Well, I will give the shopkeeper some time to consider. If the shopkeeper is willing, please come to me at this address. Suwenayu indicated to Li Mama to give the shopkeeper an address. The shopkeeper saw that Suwenayu was so sensible and did not blame him for his hesitation. His impression of Suwenayu became better and better. He was more inclined to follow Suwenayu, but he did not make a decision on impulse. This was a major event related to their family's future survival. They had to make things clear before they could say anything. After negotiating with the shopkeeper, Suwenayu handed over the next matter to the servants in the mansion. After all, trading with grain is more complicated than directly using silver and money. She also has other things to buy, but because it is the first time, she needs to do it herself. In the future, when there are rules and regulations, she can let the servants do it. Suwenayu came back from a walk on the street, a little exhausted, but also sighed that the prefecture city is much more prosperous than the county city. Many things that she wanted to buy but were not sold in the county city before are now available in the prefecture city, so most things can be considered bought in a day. Is the matter of the spice shop settled? Suwenayu did not forget to ask when she came back. Madam, it has been settled. All the spices have been shipped back. The shopkeeper was very happy to see the 2 bags of sweet potatoes. He was grateful for Madam's generosity and specially sent several bags of seeds from foreign vassal states. The shopkeeper of the spice shop is also a good person. He said that the seeds were from foreign vassal states. At that time, he did spend a lot of time and effort to buy them. As a result, no one knew the goods in Daming, and the price was not cheap, so naturally few people bought them. Later, they became a backlog of goods piled up in the warehouse. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 304. This time, Suwenayu bought the spices generously and did not continue to bargain. Instead, he gave him 2 large bags of sweet potatoes. The shopkeeper was grateful and suddenly had an idea to turn out the seeds. It would take up space anyway. Seeds are useless after a long time. They can't be sold. It's better to give them to Madam Han as a favor. Maybe Madam Han will be his master in the future. Seeds from foreign vassal states. Suwenayu was somewhat interested when she heard that the shopkeeper of the spice shop gave seeds from foreign vassal states in the western regions, but she was not very surprised. After all, she saw that the shopkeeper's shop was not only engaged in the spice business, but also some other items from foreign vassal states. It can also be seen that the shopkeeper is flexible. I didn't expect that there were seeds from foreign vassal states in the western regions. Maybe it could give her a surprise. Seeing Suwenayu's expectant look, Nanny Lee immediately understood her master's intention. Madam, do you want someone to send the seeds to Madam for her to review? Suwenayu was undeniably surprised when she saw the large bags of seeds in front of her. After all, seeds are small in size, and these large bags are really a lot. The spice shop owner is really generous. She just gave him 2 more bags of sweet potatoes, and in return, she got so many seeds. It's a good deal no matter how you calculate it. But Suwenayu thought about it and understood. It's not easy to have enough food these days. These seeds from foreign vassal states are not recognized by many people. Who knows what they will grow and whether the harvest will be good. Besides, growing vegetables is not as safe as growing food that can fill your stomach. What's more, these seeds are not cheap, so they are piled up. If the shopkeeper's spice shop can't continue to operate next year, these seeds may not be sold. Moreover, the germination rate of seeds will decrease if they are left for a long time. If they are piled up in the warehouse, they will only go bad. It's better to give them away as a favor. After figuring out all this, Suwenayu felt that the shopkeeper was a smart man who knew how to use his useless things to gain the most benefits, unlike those petty people who kept the seeds and sold them at a low price to get some money, but they were not very useful. Open the bags and let me see. Suwenayu stared at the bags and said, wanting to know what seeds were in these bags. She was looking forward to it. After all, the seeds that she asked her mother's family to collect were also from foreign vassal states, but they were from a different direction from the western regions. The seeds collected from different places were naturally different. After opening the bags, many of them were packed in small bags, which were placed in different categories. They were very clean and tidy. The scientific names of the seeds were written on them, and there were some vague planting methods. However, this was better than nothing. There was always a reference. If it was handed over to an experienced farmer, he would naturally figure out the planting method. Suwenayu didn't want to bother, so she took them one by one and looked at them. The more she looked, the more surprised she was. The owner of the spice shop really gave her a big surprise. Many of these seeds were not available to her. Even though the variety of things in the outer vassal states had increased because of concubine Li in her previous life, there were still many things she had never seen. These seeds were much more than the variety that her brother from her mother's family had brought back from the outer vassal states. However, there were no sweet potatoes, corn, and other things. Madame Li also curiously followed Suwenayu to look at them, and her old face was full of questions and curiosity. "Madam, what is this carrot? I have only heard of white radish and pickled radish, but not carrot. I don't know what the difference is. This thing from the outer vassal state is really strange," Madame Li said with a sigh of relief. Suwenayu shook her head. She had never heard of carrots either. She didn't know what this thing was. Did it look like the white radish here? Then she read the instructions written on the bag and roughly understood. This carrot is a good thing. Not to mention whether it tastes good or not, the color alone looks festive. It would be nice if the greenhouse on the farm could grow it in advance. Suwenayu felt that she was becoming more and more vulgar. It was obviously a kind of food, but the first thing she thought of was not to make something delicious, but what kind of benefits she could get from it. However, she was in such a situation now, and there was nothing she could do. "Madam, look, there are these. Each of these names is quite strange. I have never heard of them before." Li Mama was actually a well-informed person. She had seen some things from foreign vassal states. Now she felt that she was really too arrogant. There are so many strange things in the world. She must never be complacent in the future. Suwenayu nodded. She had heard most of them, but it was not easy to show it. Otherwise, how could she explain how she knew them? After all, these were things from foreign vassal states. Even though Li Mama was her confidant, Suwenayu was still unwilling to show her strangeness. "The owner of the spice shop really did something that pleased me. There are so many kinds of seeds. It must have been difficult for him to collect them. How could 2 bags of sweet potatoes offset them? Although these seeds may not sell well here, this cannot deny the value of these seeds," Suwenayu said and looked at Li Ma. "Li Ma, please tell the owner of the spice shop what I mean. In addition, take out some food from home and give it to the owner of the spice shop. Let him accept it. This is what he deserves." "Yes, I will do it right away." Li Ma took the order and felt that her master was kinder. Although sometimes he did some things by himself to save money, he was never stingy when he should be generous and was unwilling to take advantage of others for nothing. Such a character is really precious. They, the servants, are also lucky to follow such a master. Suwenayu arranged for Nanny Li to go to the spice shop, and ask someone to go to Zhuangzi to call Zioxi back. Now she lives in Fukan, which is much closer to Zhuangzi, but one is in the city and the other is outside the city. It would be faster to ride a horse. It will arrive in more than half an hour. Xiao 11 was also surprised to see so many seeds. Now Suwenayu has given full power to Xiao 11 in regard to Zhuangzi. Xiao 11 has a greater sense of responsibility. She just thinks that the lady values her so much and leaves such an important matter to her. No matter what, you have to put on a show, repay the master's trust, and convince those who don't obey the madam's instructions and have objections to the madam's arrangements. "Madam, where did you get so many seeds?" "Great. I am worried that there are not many types of seeds. We have built so many greenhouses before, and they cannot all be planted in the same way. It would be too wasteful to leave them empty. The seeds just solve the slave's urgent need, but the slave doesn't seem to recognize these seeds. Xiao 11 was happy and a little distressed when she got the seeds. These are seeds collected from foreign vassals in the western region. Of course you don't recognize them, otherwise I wouldn't have called you here. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 305. Su Wenyu looked at Xiao 11 with a smile. Although Xiao 11 was much calmer outside, he still had such a noisy temper in front of her and did not hide his thoughts. He was the Xiao 11 she was familiar with. It turned out to be seeds obtained from foreign vassals in the western regions. These are extremely valuable. How did Madame get them from such a far-away place in the western regions? Xiao 11 asked curiously. What a coincidence, we got it from the spice shop. Su Wenyu told Xiao 11 the origin of the seeds. It's because the madam is kind-hearted and the shopkeeper of the spice shop is grateful that she got these seeds. This is called good people being rewarded in any case. In Xiao 11's mind, the madam is the best person in the world. If it weren't for the madam, he is no longer in this world a long time ago and was tortured to death by those evil people. You are still so good at talking, but it's no use just saying nice things. You have to finish the errands for me. It's not easy to get these seeds again. You plant half first and leave the other half. If you can't plant it, you can try again. Su Wenyu told Xiao 11 and told her about her understanding of these seeds. Madam, don't worry, I will definitely take care of things. The vegetables in the greenhouse are growing well, and the first batch will be harvested soon. I brought some specially for Madam to have a taste, Xiao 11 said, and asked people to harvest. A basket of picked vegetables was brought up. It wasn't much. After all, it was still a little off. It was too fresh and tender. It was a pity to pick it. So Xiao 11 only picked this box and brought it over. It was just for Su Wenyu to have a taste. And also let Madam see the results of her busy days. Su Wenyu was very happy to hear that this was the first batch of vegetables grown in the greenhouse, and it meant something different to her. That's good, I'm a little tired of eating these days, and I want to eat some fresh vegetables. It was also a coincidence that when Hanyu came back at noon, he was not alone, and Deng Chen was with him. Most of the reason why Deng Chen followed Hanyu back was because he was a foodie and was greedy for food from Han Mansion. Sure enough, before Su Wenyu could say anything, Deng Chen said, "Brother and sister, I'm here to eat at your house again. Don't dislike it? If you have anything delicious to eat, just make it and I'll make sure to finish it." In the past, Hanyu and Deng Chen didn't know each other's age. They called each other Brother Deng and Brother Han. Now when talking about age, Hanyu is 2 years younger than Deng Chen, so they call each other according to their age, and they call Su Wenyu. It has also been changed. Originally, Su Wenyu looked younger, and Deng Chen's sister-in-law's screams always seemed a bit weird. Deng Chen had a straightforward personality, at least in front of Su Wenyu. He didn't hide his thoughts and made requests in a carefree manner. Su Wenyu actually liked people with such a straightforward personality, who were easier to deal with, and smiled with her lips pursed. When Hanyu saw this, he also said, "Daughter-in-law, I will trouble you to make arrangements for noon today. Let the kitchen prepare some more good dishes. Brother Deng and I will have a few drinks." Although his identity has changed now, Hanyu is still used to calling Su Wenyu wife, which feels more familiar and smooth. "Yes, I'm sorry for bothering my brothers and sisters. I don't have to worry about the delicious food." When Su Wenyu heard what Deng Chen said, she smiled even wider and said, "It's not a bother, I'm not happy that Brother Deng is willing to come. It just so happened that Zhuangzi sent some fresh vegetables today, and I asked the kitchen to fry them. Come on, let's eat something fresh. In this winter, I'm tired of eating the same thing all the time." It's not surprising that Su Wenyu said this to Han Yu. He didn't pay special attention to his wife's troubles with Zhuangzi before. He was more or less aware of it. His wife always liked to tell him what she did. Han Yu was very happy about this. However, when his wife said she could grow vegetables in the winter, he was dubious. Unexpectedly, his wife actually took advantage of her. Deng Chen was surprised when he heard that fresh vegetables were delivered in such a winter. After all, no one had grown vegetables in greenhouses at this time. This was Su Wenyu's first example. In this deep winter, there are actually fresh vegetables, grown by your sister-in-law in the village. This is really strange. It's nothing, I just built a few greenhouses. The reason is very simple, but no one thought about it before. I also thought that I would get tired of eating those things in winter, so I came up with this idea. Brother and sister are really clever, so it's better to rush early than to rush in time. Today I came at the right time. Brother and sister, you must make enough food. I have a big appetite, Deng Chen reminded again. It's really the last time he ate at the Han family, he still had more to eat, so he was always thinking about the food at the Han family. Ms. Deng, Brother Deng, you guys chat first while I go to the kitchen to make arrangements. Su Wenyu was in a good mood today. There were a lot of good seasonings and fresh vegetables brought by Xiao 11. Not only did the kitchen prepare a lot of dishes, but she also fried a few dishes herself. It can be said to be quite rich. Deng Chen was even more satisfied with his meal this time because Su Wenyu not only prepared a lot of dishes, but also the portions were full due to Deng Chen's special instructions. Deng Chen's stomach was full from the food, and he saw that there were many more on the table. He couldn't bear to stop his chopsticks. Han Yu was speechless when he saw Deng Chen like this. Brother Deng, if you think my food is delicious, just come back next time. Anyway, we have moved to Fukan now, and the two families are not far apart. Don't hold back on eating so much at one time. Deng Chen was a little embarrassed when he heard what Han Yu said, and then he put down the bowl and chopsticks. Okay, it's settled, I will have to come to the house to bother you more often in the future, brother, please don't think I'm annoying. It's really strange to say that I don't know where your chef learned the good skills. This cooking skill is better than the food cooked by the best restaurant in the city. Brother Deng, just come. Han Yu wanted to make friends with Deng Chen, so he was naturally happy and agreed readily. If Deng Chen didn't really share the same interests with him and liked food, it would not be so easy to make friends with him. After all, it was not only Deng Chen's identity, but also the Deng family behind him. Deng Chen came to Han Yu's house to eat and drink. After eating and drinking, he left. Han Yu and Su Wenyu sent him to the door. Brother Han, sister-in-law, you don't have to be so polite, otherwise I won't be able to come to your house next time. Brother Deng, take care. The vegetables on the farm will be ready in a few days. I'll have someone send some to your house. Okay, I'll thank you here first, and let your sister-in-law have a taste. After seeing Deng Chen off, Han Yu didn't go anywhere else, but took Su Wenyu back to the room. Su Wenyu had something else to tell her in the kitchen, and Han Yu asked Su Wenyu to deal with it later, so Su Wenyu had to follow Han Yu. Husband, is there something urgent that needs to be done? Can't you wait? Su Wenyu was very curious about what Han Yu was doing in such a hurry. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 306. It's good news, you'll know in a while. Han Yu had wanted to show the things to Su Wenyu a long time ago, but Deng Chen followed him back, so he had to entertain the guests first. At this time, Deng Chen left, and Han Yu eagerly pulled Su Wenyu back to the room. It wasn't that he was really in a hurry, but he just wanted to show it to Su Wenyu as soon as possible to give his wife a surprise. After all, his wife had always done a lot for him. It was rare for him to do something for his wife, and Hanyu was happy. What good news, Su Wenyu looked at Hanyu's slightly raised mouth, and he looked happy. It really seemed like there was something good, but what good news could make Hanyu so happy? After all, Hanyu was very calm when he was promoted. Now he looked like a young man who was eager to confess. "Wife, do you think this is pretty?" Hanyu pulled Su Wenyu back to the room, took out a package, opened the box inside, and found a delicate butterfly gold hairpin inside, which was exquisitely crafted. No, it should not be called a gold hairpin, but a gold inlaid with jade, inlaid with carved white jade pieces. Such craftsmanship is not something that ordinary craftsmen can make, it is really exquisitely crafted. "I like it, this hairpin is really beautiful. Is this for me?" Su Wenyu stared at the gold hairpin in her hand, and there was no gap between the inlay of gold and jade, as if they grew together naturally, but this was obviously impossible, which only showed that the craftsman's skills were superb, comparable to her embroidery skills. "I like it." Hanyu was happy to see his wife's happy look, and he thought that if his wife knew that he had invited the craftsman who made this hairpin back, she would be very happy, and it would be worth his effort to find him. "So you pulled me back so anxiously just to give me this golden hairpin. You really didn't give me anything before. I have to keep this hairpin well. It's rare that my husband is so thoughtful." Su Wenyu held the golden hairpin like a treasure. The degree of cherishing was not because she had never seen good things before, but because this hairpin was given by Hanyu, which had a different meaning. Of course, Su Wenyu also acted like this on purpose. Men sometimes need to be coaxed. Seeing how anxious Hanyu was just now, it can be seen that he really put in a lot of effort. It's hard to say about other men. It's not easy for Hanyu to do this. Thinking of Hanyu's cold and ruthless appearance in the previous life, Su Wenyu sometimes doubted whether this was the same person. Sometimes the feeling of happiness that made her feel unreal. Hanyu didn't expect that giving such a small thing to his wife would lead to such a performance and words from her. Seeing her cherishing it so much, Hanyu felt ashamed and blamed himself. He was not the kind of person who liked to show off. Even if he liked something, he would hide it in his heart, so he had never given anything to his wife. Now he thought that he was really incompetent as a husband. Not only did he make his wife suffer a lot of grievances, but he also didn't care about her feelings at all. It has always been his wife who has paid for him and done so many things. He vowed in his heart that he would treat his wife better in the future. "Wife, I have been busy these days. I have neglected you." Hanyu's voice was full of apology. It is said that men should not be sentimental if they want to achieve great things. Although he doesn't think so, he doesn't have so much time to take care of the family, and he cares less about his wife than before. "Husband, don't say such things. I know you are busy outside, and everything is fine at home. When you are free, just spend more time with me." Su Wenyu really didn't have any idea about this. After all, with the comparison of her previous life, Hanyu was already very good. Besides, she was also busy. Even if Hanyu was free, she might not be able to spare the time. However, she still expressed her need for Hanyu appropriately. Hanyu looked at his wife so sensible, and was relieved and sighed, "That's for sure. After I finish this period, I will definitely accompany you and the 3 little ones." Su Wenyu felt that she had said almost everything, and the gifts were received. There were still things waiting for her in the kitchen. "Husband, I'm going to the kitchen to do something. If you are bored, go and play with the 3 little ones for a while. I'll be back soon." "Wait, I haven't finished my business yet. You don't think I pulled you back just to give you a hairpin? Ah. Is there anything else?" Su Wenyu looked at Hanyu a little confused. Did Hanyu prepare other gifts for her? Hanyu prepared people instead of gifts. I have good news for you. I have found the goldsmith you are looking for. This gold hairpin was made by one of the masters. How is it? Are you satisfied with the person I found? Su Wenyu seemed to be stunned. When she realized what Han Yu said, she was only surprised, and a little uncertain that she had picked up a treasure. Really? Husband, you didn't lie to me. Did you really invite such a talent back to me? I'm afraid that we can't find a better craftsman in our Daming dynasty. Su Wenyu said this, but she believed it in her heart. Since Han Yu said it, he must have kept his word. It's no wonder that Han Yu was anxious to pull her back. It turned out that the hairpin was just an appetizer, and the surprise was waiting for her here. Of course it's true. When have I ever lied to you? The other goldsmiths and silversmiths have already arrived. It depends on how you think they should be arranged. Only the master who made this gold hairpin is still on the way from Chang'an to us. Although he set off early, it's far away. I'm afraid it will take 3 or 4 days to arrive. We have to wait. It doesn't matter. I'll wait. For such a talent, I'd be happy to wait for 3 or 4 days, or even 3 or 4 months. Su Wenyu said happily. Han Yu's work really suited her heart. She was thinking about making more patterns later. With such a skilled master, she didn't have to limit the complexity of the patterns. She just wanted to make them as beautiful as possible. My husband, this master has such good craftsmanship. Where did you invite him? Su Wenyu asked curiously. Han Yu said that this master came from Chang'an. She knew all the best goldsmiths and silversmiths in Chang'an in her previous life. How could she have never heard of this person? If the master had such good craftsmanship, it would be impossible for him to be famous. In fact, this master is a disciple of the Zhang family. However, the Zhang family was ransacked by bandits and exterminated. This master escaped by chance, but he dared not stay in Chang'an any longer and changed his name. If it weren't for the clues provided by Zhang Xing, I would not have been able to find this person. Even so, it took a lot of trouble to invite him here with the token given by Zhang Xing, otherwise, it would not have been delayed until now. If I hadn't brought him here today, my wife would probably think that I only cared about my own promotion and wealth and didn't care about your affairs, right? Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tianni. Chapter 307. How can I not? Su Wenyu retorted as soon as she heard Han Yu's words. Seeing the understanding look in Han Yu's eyes, she changed her words and said, it's just a little bit. After all, you are so busy every day. I am just a little bit. It's normal to not remember small things. Your affairs are important matters to me. Don't think like this anymore. If I haven't done it for you for a long time, it must be the reason. You can also ask directly. Don't keep it in your heart and think about it. Otherwise, see how I punish you. Han Yu said and used a little force to pinch his wife's tender face, with a sense of punishment. However, he found that the flesh on his wife's face seemed to be getting less and less, and he was very dissatisfied. Why have you lost weight again, but are you tired these days? Han Yu said with a frown. He liked the way his wife looked sizzling. She looked healthy and blessed, especially after her delivery. He worked hard. I tried to feed my daughter-in-law to gain weight, but it seemed to have little effect. Now that she is busy these days, she has lost weight. From now on, you can just ask your servants to take care of things at home. There is no need to do it personally. It's not worth it to make you exhausted. I know, but this is the first time. I'm afraid that my servants won't be able to handle it, so I went to do it myself. In the future, if there is a rule, I can naturally tell my servants to do it. Besides, these things are not too tiring. You have been busy all day and you are not tired yet. The doctor told you to take good care of yourself, but you are so disobedient. Han Yu was also a little angry and helpless about his wife's temperament. Why do you like to worry so much? He was busy all day long and had no time to stare at people, so he had to turn around and tell Nanny Lee. After Han Yu said this, he didn't let Su Wenyu go to the kitchen. Seeing that his wife was not being honest, he simply put her on the bed. They were both busy these days, and there were days when they didn't have any intimacy, and the fussing around them changed the mood. Nanny Lee was originally thinking that Madam had ordered things in the kitchen and was waiting for her to go over. No one came for a long time, so she wanted to ask something. She stood at the door and heard the noise inside, and her face turned a little red. However, the relationship between Sir and Madam is good. She was happy to see it. After all, Your Excellency has become a senior official now, and he is no longer the country boy that people look down upon. Looking around, among those slightly powerful people, none of them have 3 wives and 4 concubines in the backyard. I don't know what will happen to you in the future. I hope Madam will treat you like a countryman. Cage it, and don't let those vixens take advantage of it. It was already evening when Su Wenyu woke up. She moved her aching body. Su Wenyu gritted her teeth. This bastard, he said he wanted her to have a good life and not be tired. But in the end, he tortured her himself. Enough. How are the 3 little guys? They're not making any noise, but they're still good. The first thing Su Wenyu did when she woke up was to ask the 3 little guys. Speaking of how busy these days, she had somewhat neglected the 3 little guys. Although every day I still interact with the 3 little guys, but I spend much less time with them. Fortunately, the 3 little guys are well behaved and rarely cry. Okay, sir, you are playing with the young master and young lady over there. When Su Wenyu heard what Nanny Su said, a smile appeared on her face, and she asked about things in the kitchen. Don't worry, madam. You have already given instructions in the kitchen before. Seeing that Madam has no time, the servants asked them to follow Madam's previous instructions. I think there will be no problems. Su Wenyu heard what Nanny Lee said, especially the empty sentence. In fact, she was not that thick-skinned, and her face was a little red. It was all Han Yu's fault, as bright as the sky. 2 days later, the jewelry that Su Wenyu had asked people to make in Fukan had been finished. Several masters personally delivered it. Su Wenyu took a look at it and found that it was quite exquisite. It was considered the best craftsmanship in Fukan. There was nothing wrong with the way she originally painted it, which shows that she put a lot of thought into it. However, after looking at the hairpin given by Han Yu, Su Wenyu always felt that these jewelry had lost their flexibility and had too much craftsmanship, and they were afraid of everything. With contrast, good and bad are immediately apparent. After the jewelry was punched out, Su Wenyu did not send it to the 2 cousins immediately. Instead, she waited for the old master to come and wanted to hear what the old master had to say. Calculating the time, it would arrive in less than 2 days. The other 3 gold and silversmiths Su Wenyu invited by Han Yu arranged for them to live in a courtyard. This old master Su Wenyu had a small courtyard alone. Fortunately, the courtyard was big enough, so there was no need to worry about not having to live in it. Even so, there are still several empty yards. Although the old master was hard to find, he didn't have much heirs since he came. Su Wenyu was well prepared. After all, people who are generally capable are somewhat arrogant, but what they met was a kind old man. But he is not too old, about 50 years old. His hair is all white, his face is still young, he is full of energy, and his steps are light. At first glance, he can tell that he has mastered Kung Fu and developed internal strength. The old master's surname is Cao Mington. He is obsessed with craftsmanship and has little desire for fame and fortune. Otherwise, he would not have great skills, but he has been willing to remain unknown and work under the Zhang family. If something had not happened to the Zhang family this time, I'm afraid it won't be so cheap anymore, Su Wenyu. Master Cao himself was not very demanding, and Suwenaya showed her utmost sincerity to Master Cao. After having enough food and drinks, Master Cao felt that it was a good choice to work in the Han family, with good food and drink, and doing what he likes to do every day. There is no need to worry about anything else. He was unwilling to seek refuge with other masters before, but it was because Mr. Zhang was kind to him. Now that Mr. Zhang's descendants have spoken, this kind of kindness has been replaced, and he can be free of heart. Jiadi is obsessed with craftsmanship. Master Cao, these are some sets of jewelry that I asked someone to make a few days ago. I would also like to ask you to help me with the eyes. Suwenaya said and motioned to the maid to bring the jewelry up and open it. Master Cao didn't say anything when he saw the jewelry in the box. He just picked it up and looked at it carefully. His method was different from ordinary people's handling of jewelry. It looked easy and carefree, but it would not damage the jewelry at all. After Master Cao looked at the jewelry, he nodded and shook his head. The style of these jewelry is really good. I don't know who designed it. Even the old man has to admire it. However, the craftsmanship needs to be improved. These jewelry look good, it looks exquisite, but some parts are not well constructed, so it can only be exquisite. If it loses its aura and adds craftsmanship, it will not be successful. Master Cao said matter-of-factly, and the last sentence was the same as Suwenayu's point of view. Suwenayu nodded. Thanks to Master Cao, I designed the pattern of this jewelry myself. In fact, after seeing the hairpin made by Master Cao, I have the same thought. I feel that this hairpin is more exquisite than refined and has lost a bit of its aura. Master Cao originally only regarded Suwenayu as an ordinary mistress and had no intention of treating her differently. At most, he thought that Suwenayu was a more tolerant mistress. But when he heard that the jewelry was designed by Suwenayu, he looked at her differently. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tianni. Chapter 308. This jewelry was actually designed by Madame. Master Cao was really surprised. After all, the mistress looked very young. Her face and tone seemed immature to an old guy like him, who could design it. Producing such jewelry requires not only ingenuity and novelty, but also experience and vision. After all, these are not the same two pieces of jewelry, but several sets, so it is more logical than just a moment of inspiration. Yes, after all, this is what my daughter's family wears. I just wanted to design a few sets, which made Master Cao laugh. Suwenayu was being modest. Madam is really a genius, I admire her. If she has time in the future, I hope she will give me some advice and give me some pointers in this regard. Although my skills are indeed superb, I am really lacking in the design aspect. Master Cao said with admiration. He really meant what he said. The more he reaches this level, he no longer pursues such superficial things as fame and wealth. Instead, he pursues more excellence in his skills. Of course, such a generous and humble mind that is not ashamed of his subordinates is also what Cao only master has such a character. Master Cao doesn't need to be so humble, but it's okay to ask me to design some drawings. I also like these things, otherwise I wouldn't let my husband invite Master Cao, and I will have to rely on Master Cao's skills in the future. Suwenayu said with a smile. She was also very happy to get along well with Master Cao. Madam, you're welcome. Since I am willing to come to the Han family, I will naturally do my duty. That's good. I'm a straightforward person and don't mince words. If Master Cao has any requests, just tell him directly. As long as I can do it, I will try my best to satisfy Master Cao. Suwenayu originally wanted to say a few words. I tried to win over Master Cao with good words, but considering Master Cao's character, this type of people generally don't like those petty thoughts. It would be better to be sincere and straightforward, and make each other comfortable. Sure enough, Master Cao admired Su Wenayu's temperament and good craftsmanship. It was not that no one had ever tried to win over him before, and even offered him a lot of benefits. They tried to win over him both in words and in words, but he didn't like this. People are just doing this for profit. At this age, there is nothing he can't understand. It can be seen that this new master has a good heart and character, not to mention that he can design such a good design. It suits his mind. Don't worry, madam, I am also straight-tempered. I will let madam know if I need anything. Master Cao said and looked at the jewelry again. He was hesitant to speak at first, but now he no longer has this worry. If you don't mind, madam, I can give these jewelry to Lao Chen. After all, with such a good design, it would be a pity if the charm of the jewelry cannot be expressed. But after all, this has taken a lot of effort by the craftsman, and Lao Chen doesn't need to melt it. It can be rebuilt again, but some details can be remodeled and refined. Even if it is not as good as the old one, it will still have a little more charm and live up to the drawings that Madame designed with great care. For people like Master Cao, whenever he has a good pattern, he wishes he could make it himself, so he hates it the most when people waste good things. Even though the pattern he designed is so beautiful, but the craftsman failed to create it, it is a problem for him. It was a waste, but he didn't ask for it to be remade. Instead, he processed it on the basis of these jewelry out of respect for the previous craftsman. Although the craftsmanship was not good before, with a master like Master Cao, I can see the thought that goes into making these jewelry flowers. At least the attitude is worthy of the end, and after all, the person who made these jewelry is a master from Yiyang Prefecture. There are still merits, but processing is more of a test of his skills than remaking, so it can be considered a challenge. Su Wenayu's face lit up, then Master Lao Cao is here. This is really the best thing. Master Cao's move was very much in line with Su Wenayu's wishes. The reason why Su Wenayu did not send the finished jewelry to her two cousins was because she had this intention. However, she didn't know Master Cao very well, so she couldn't. She spoke rashly, but she didn't expect Master Cao to speak first. Thinking about the hairpins that were as delicate as living things, Su Wenayu was looking forward to what these jewelry would look like after being reprocessed and transformed by Master Cao. She designed the patterns, and she expect more and more. Speaking of which, I have designed a few more drawings in the past few days. Master Cao, do you want to take a look? Su Wenayu thought that the drawings she had drawn in the past 2 days were 2 sets designed for herself, but it took a lot of thinking. I felt very satisfied and couldn't help but take it out now. I knew that Master Cao would spend a lot of time processing and transforming these jewelry, and I was afraid that he wouldn't have time to make them in a short time. Master Cao was also very interested when he heard about it. Just by looking at the styles of these sets of jewelry, he knew that Madame's designs must be extraordinary. After getting the drawings given by Su Wenayu, he was even more excited and kept saying, "Madame is really awesome." What a talent! Lian stared at the drawings, thinking about how to make the jewelry. Su Wenayu did not disturb Master Cao. After a long time, Master Cao's thoughts came out of the drawings, and he realized that he had lost his temper. "Forgive me, madam, I have been obsessed with this all my life. When I encounter a good drawing design, I can't help but get excited. I was really excited just now." "Lost your temper? It's okay. I can understand Master Cao's mood. Then I'll give these drawings to Master Cao. Master Cao will just study them slowly. I will prepare anything for Master Cao if he needs it." "Congratulations, madam, for getting this talent." Nanny Chen saw how happy Su Wenayu was and said, and Master Cao was invited by the master with great effort. This kindness made her even happier for the lady. A man was willing to spend time doing this for a woman in his busy schedule, which showed that he really cared about this woman. "Thank you, madam." Nani-chan, you will be responsible for the food, clothing, housing, and transportation of these craftsmen in the future. You must take good care of them and help me sincerely, especially Master Cao, whose share will be increased by 1 level. Suwenaiyu attached great importance to these talents. This was her future cash cow. Although, except for Master Cao, the other 3 craftsmen had signed a death contract with the Han family, she also hoped that they would stay in the Han family sincerely, rather than being forced by the contract. Don't worry, madam, I will definitely arrange this matter properly, Nanny Chen replied happily. She knew that she was not as capable as Nanny Li, but these things could still be done. She was also grateful that the lady was willing to believe in her. After instructing Nanny Chen, Suwenaiyu turned her attention to the matter of New Year gifts. However, before she could calm down, she heard someone outside reporting something, with a look of joy on his face. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 309. Madam, Uncle is here. He is coming to the backyard right now. Suwenaiyu was overjoyed when she heard that her eldest brother was here. It was indeed a happy event, and she asked her eldest brother to investigate the matter. She didn't know how his investigation was going. Even Hanyu didn't know about it, and Suwenaiyu didn't know. Why, I knew that that person was Emperor Wu's concubine, but I just didn't want her to have anything to do with Hanyu. Maybe it was because concubine Li was so outstanding and talented that no other woman would be able to trust her, and in her previous life Suwenaiyu also heard some gossip, saying that Hanyu had a good relationship with concubine Li, and there were even some unpleasant rumors. It was even said that concubine Li had fallen in love with Hanyu before, but it was just a coincidence. Yangkuo was with the emperor. Regardless of whether the news was true or not, Suwenaiyu was already worried. Your house is quite nice. The location is very good, the place is large enough, and the decoration is very grand and elegant. Suhenji came all the way and already understood the layout of the house. He said with a smile, thinking that Hanyu, his sister-in-law, is indeed an extraordinary person. Not only he has been promoted many times at a young age, and has reached the rank of 6th grade Jianzong. Now he doesn't know how far he has developed. Just buying this house requires a lot of financial resources, not to mention recruiting a lot of people to work for him. He works hard, and this alone cannot be matched by ordinary people. I think it's good too. What I like most is that the house is big enough, and it is connected to a large piece of land, whether it is used for expansion or other purposes. Suwenaiyu currently plans to use that land to grow vegetables. At least the vegetables in the house do not need to be transported from Zhuangzi. Even if it is not far away, it still takes a lot of time and effort to come and go, so it is better to do it here. It is more convenient to open an open space at the back of the yard, and it is not wasteful. You can just pick as much as you want from the ground. You don't have to prepare it all the time, especially vegetables, which will lose their freshness after being left for a long time. Suhenji was really moved when he saw his sister like this. When did that naughty and ignorant girl become a competent mistress of the palace? Such a virtuous woman not only gave birth to children for Hanyu, but also took care of the inner courtyard. She was well organized and even helped Hanyu socialize with other wives and family members outside, which impressed him as an elder brother. They had all looked down on this naughty sister before, but once they recognized her for what she was no worse than anyone else. Woolen cloth. My little sister has really grown up and is becoming more and more sensible now. Mom was still worried that you would be ignorant and make things difficult for your brother-in-law. Now it seems that your worries are in vain. Our sister is so smart and virtuous. Even my eldest brother, I didn't expect you to be able to do this. So well done. Suwenaiyu listened to the emotion in Suhenji's words. All of this was due to the painful lessons she learned in her previous life. How could she be as ignorant as before, with so many emotions in her heart, but she just said with a smile on her face, "Okay, brother, you are teasing me on purpose, I won't do it. Did you bring me a gift back to Jiyang? I won't accept it if you don't." Su Wenyu said and stretched out her hand as if she really wanted to ask Su Henji for a gift. Looking like this, she looks like a little girl who hasn't grown up yet. "She's so old and still wants gifts from me," Su Henji said and pinched Su Wenyu's face with itchy hands. "Brother, I want to tell my mother and sister-in-law that you didn't give me a gift and you bullied me. You told me not to pinch my face." Su Wenyu was speechless. Why do these men like to pinch her face? The eldest brother is like this, the second brother is like this, and Hanyu is still like this. Even though she protested many times to no avail, she will still go her own way next time because her face is relatively tender. Is it more comfortable to pinch? Tisk, tisk, you are so shameless as an adult. You even complain to your mother. It's not shameful to let my brother-in-law know about it? Don't worry, I've got a gift for you. Who told me to be such a precious sister? Su Henji said as he asked someone to carry a box of things in. They were all specialties from Jiyang. Jiyang is close to Fukan, but not as big as Yiyang. What Jiyang has is basically the same as Fukan. Yes, but after a trip, you always have to bring something back. Especially the two brothers Su Henji and Su Hongxian have become accustomed to doting on their sister. Every time they go out, they must bring gifts for their sister, so Su Wenyu is so open-minded about it. Su Henji wants a gift. "Brother, I knew you were the best," Su Wenyu said happily as she opened the box and looked through it. It could be seen that these things had been carefully selected and everything was exquisite, although some were not. "It's not that expensive, but it suits her liking. You little heartless child, now you know that I am the best to you." Su Henji said this, looking at his sister who he had doted on since childhood, with a doting and indulgent smile on his face. "By the way, brother, what happened to the thing I asked you to investigate for me? Have you found any information about that person?" Su Wenyu couldn't say that he was so afraid. After all, that person followed Emperor Wu in the end, but she knew that her eldest brother just wanted to, that's why she asked Su Henji to help her investigate. Besides, she had borrowed concubine Li's talent for many things in her life. She was also curious to know what concubine Li would be like in the future, without affecting her situation. It's not impossible to make friends with her. After all, concubine Li is also a strange woman that she admires. She is really conflicted and complicated in her heart. Speaking of this matter, Su Henji was a little confused. He didn't know why his sister asked him to investigate such an unknown person. However, although he didn't understand why, Su Henji, who had always doted on his sister, in order to fulfill Su Wenyu's instructions, asked the following. The people went to check for several days, but they couldn't find anyone who met the conditions Su Wenyu said. "Sister, are you sure you didn't make a mistake? This person is really called Chen Li. I searched all over Jiyang and found someone called Chen Li, but they are all different from what you described. Did you make a mistake?" Su Henji said this, and Su Wenyu was not sure. She actually didn't know what concubine Li's real name was. She only knew that her surname was Chen, and the emperor named her concubine Li. She thought that maybe the emperor took a character from her name. After all, Emperor Wu was lazy about this and liked to give titles based on the concubine's surnames and names, so she reported such a name. Now she checked and found that there was no such person. She was very sure that concubine Li was from Jiyang, but she also knew her eldest brother's ability. If even her eldest brother couldn't find this person, maybe she really made a mistake. Su Henji looked at his sister's uncertain look and sighed in his heart. He didn't understand how such a person whose name he couldn't even figure out attracted his sister's attention. Was it because of the dream his sister had seen? Then he really had to pay close attention. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 310. Although my sister used to have a bad temper, she has changed her attitude since she got married. There must be a reason for everything she does. Although Suhenji didn't understand what could attract his sister's attention to an unknown and weak woman, but in her heart it has been decided to leave people in Jiyang to continue searching for information about this woman. Little sister, do you have any other clues about this woman? In a place as big as Jiyang, it's really hard to find just based on that information. Will that woman be a threat to you in the future? This is what Suhenji is most concerned about. Su Wenayu's heart warmed when she heard Suhenji ask this question. What virtues and abilities could she have? God allowed her to be reborn in such a good family. Her parents doted on her and her brother loved her, but she didn't want her brother to worry in vain. That woman is not a threat to me, but she is a very powerful woman. Although she has not shown it yet, I don't know if she is deliberately hiding her edge, or for some other reason. I am a little curious and concerned about her affairs. So I wanted to ask my brother to find out about her, but maybe her name is not Chen Li, but I am sure her surname is Chen, and she is about 13 or 14 years old. Su Wenyu said this, but Su Henji didn't believe it. He didn't ignore the complicated look on his sister's face when she talked about this woman. There must be some reason for it. Since his sister didn't say anything, he didn't ask more questions and just arranged for someone to take her away as soon as possible. Once he found it, he just kept an eye on this woman. If this woman dared to do anything detrimental to his sister, he would never tolerate it. Don't worry, sister, since there is this person, I will send people to continue to look for him. Sooner or later, he will be found. Don't be anxious and live your life in a down-to-earth manner. Brother will not let anyone disturb your life. If Hanyu dares to be sorry to you, no matter how high he climbs in the future, I can't spare her. Suhenji obviously had some misunderstandings. After all, Su Wenyu wanted him to find a weak woman, but to a certain extent, she was not considered a weak woman. If you think about it wrongly, after all, Su Wenyu is indeed a bit resentful of the rumors that Hanyu and concubine Li had to talk about their idea. Hearing what Su Henji said, the corner of Su Wenyu's mouth twitched, but her heart felt warm. Brother, don't worry, your sister is useless. This is not why I am looking for that woman. Don't be embarrassed if you find her. As for Hanyu, if he really did something sorry for me, I won't be able to spare her without you dealing with him. Your sister is so powerful now. That's right. She is worthy of being my sister, Su Henji, and the daughter of my Su family. She should be so tough. No matter what, you have the entire Su family behind you to support you. Su Henji is very satisfied with the current state of his sister. In the past, the younger sister was too delicate and domineering, and she was afraid that she would not win her husband's heart. Later, she was too virtuous and feared that she would be bullied by her husband's family. Now that her younger sister said these words, Su Henji felt even more relieved. Su Henji asked Su Wenyu some recent events, and talked about the new year. This year our family will also come to Fukan to celebrate the new year, and we will live in Fukan for a while. It will be convenient for my little sister to come back. When Su Wenyu heard what Su Henji said, her face lit up with joy. Brother, is this true? Our family has always followed the ancestral precepts and kept a low profile, and our parents are used to living in the countryside. Why would we want to come to Fukan to celebrate the new year? Not is it for me. Although Su Wenyu knew it was unlikely, as her parents and brothers loved her and she had other considerations, she couldn't think of any other reasons. You are so beautiful. My little sister is becoming more and more confident now, but are you doted on by your brother-in-law? The ancestral teachings were in peacetime, but now the world is in chaos, and it has become involved with the eldest family, not to mention other things. A large part of our family's business is in Fukin, and it always depends on my father and me. Instead of running back and forth and having trouble during the new year, we simply move to Fukin. Besides, my aunt and the others live at home. If we move, it is always more convenient to go to Fukin, but my little sister is not wrong. It is indeed because of you that my parents and we don't trust you. Fukin is not as easy as getting to the county town. Don't let anyone bully you when you come back. People also want to come to Fukin to celebrate the new year. We are here, so they don't dare to do anything to bully you. Suhenji had not forgotten the injustice his sister had suffered from her husband's family in the past. He was very unfavorable to Su Wenayu's husband's family, and his tone of voice was not very good when he mentioned it. "Brother, you are so kind to me. Having a family like you is my greatest luck and support." Su Wenayu's eyes were a little hot, and she hugged Suhenji's arm affectionately, fearing that Suhenji would see it and rub her head against her elder brother. Just a rub. When Han Yu heard that his brother-in-law was coming, he came over quickly, but when he saw this scene, his face turned dark. This girl simply doesn't have a long memory. Didn't she tell her not to be so affectionate with other men? Han Yu would set such a rule for Su Wenyu, of course not because he suspected that Su Wenyu Hongxing was cheating on her, but simply because he couldn't see his wife being so close to anyone other than him, and specifically targeted the two brothers-in-law who liked to ravage his wife. To put it bluntly, it was just random jealousy. In this regard, Han Yu seemed particularly lackluster. He knew clearly that he was unreasonable, but he had to pester his wife to agree. Here comes the eldest brother. Wife, you are really ignorant. You are already a young person. Why don't you treat the eldest brother easily when he is here? Why are you so entangled with him and you still think you are a child? Han Yu's tone was full of doting. As he said that, he calmly pulled his wife over from his uncle and held her in his arms. Suhenji's eyes were hurt by the sight. As a man, Suhenji also had a daughter-in-law, so he didn't understand Han Yu's little idea. While he was angry and funny, he was also pleased with the position of his younger sister in his brother-in-law's heart. If he didn't care, his brother-in-law would not behave like this. Su Wenyu saw Han Yu coming back, and thought about how Han Yu had threatened her before. She knew that this man's petty problem had come back. He didn't know why he couldn't stand her being too close to her elder and second brothers. That was her biological brother, and she had been like this since she was a child. Han Yu was not right, but this man was not reasonable at all. If she didn't agree, he would torment her as much as he could. So when Han Yu came in, Su Wenyu's hand holding Suhenji froze for a moment, and she let Han Yu hug her. "Brother-in-law, what you said, my sister is really sensible. When she was at home, we spoiled her, maybe she was a little bit arrogant. After marrying into the Han family, she suffered grievances and almost lost her life. For your sake, you have become very sensible, and we all feel distressed. Brother-in-law, what you said was a bit heartbreaking. If you are really so dissatisfied with my sister, I will take her home now, so that she won't be criticized in the future." Suhenji knew that Han Yu didn't mean that, but he deliberately misinterpreted it.